Hello, everyone. I know that you have been looking forward to what we're doing with Cloud for Analytics. As a reminder, for those of you that may not have actually seen Cloud for Analytics yet, I'm going to review just quickly the vision that we have for SAP Cloud for Analytics, share with you a little bit of the market reception that we've had so far, and then the status of the actual solution that is continually being built out, and I'll do a quick demonstration of some of those latest features, and then we'll open it up for Q&A at the end. So, as a recap, why is it that we actually are creating SAP Cloud for Analytics, and what actually is it? Well, it is all analytics in one cloud environment, and it's for all users. So all analytics, what does that mean? It means it's a combination of business intelligence and planning, and coming soon predictive and governance and risk and compliance, all in the same environment, leveraging the same underlying libraries and technology and plumbing of visualizations and data connectivity and geospatial, et cetera, et cetera. And the idea or overriding goal of Cloud for Analytics is to make this simple and intuitive and even fun to use. We want that experience for the business user to be similar to when you're using a consumer-grade application where you actually enjoy going to that application and learning things or doing things, making yourself more effective. And so we want to carry that over into your business world as well. But being able to do that with trust. So coming from SAP, there is a standard that we have to uphold around trust for data, trust for the users that are using the system, security, authentication, et cetera, et cetera. So all of this plays a very important role in the essence of what is SAP Cloud for Analytics. Now, so I've talked about the capabilities of one product, consumer-grade experience, and sometimes we forget to really emphasize the fact that this is cloud. This is only public cloud, as in we are delivering this as a service to our customers, our partners, and that ecosystem. And frankly, we've been somewhat been surprised by the reception to SAP Cloud for Analytics. It is refreshing to see how many of you out there are looking to adopt cloud analytics. And it's in some cases, frankly, it's taken us by surprise, and it's a very pleasant surprise. So it's keeping us all busy. And this idea of cloud allows us to venture even more into it in areas of embedded scenarios where we can work with our partners, our external partners, and our internal partners. And so our internal partners like HCP and SuccessFactors and Ariba and Concur, where they are looking to embed SAP Cloud for Analytics into their applications as well. And lastly on this is underpinning Cloud for Analytics is HCP. And inside of HCP, the keyword H, HANA. Cloud for Analytics is now providing the opportunity for all of our customers and all of our new, as yet to be customers, really take advantage of HANA. HANA is a fairly expensive, kind of exotic technology for many, and to purchase it is challenging. But now with Cloud for Analytics, you can subscribe to HANA, and you can subscribe to that experience of high performance and using a real-time platform through HCP and Cloud for Analytics. So it's a really great story in so many different respects that we can make Cloud for Analytics available to you as a service. Now, what is it about Cloud for Analytics that is available today? What does some of the technology look like, et cetera, et cetera? Well, in general, we have applications that we are building on top of Cloud for Analytics, and then the analytic capabilities themselves within that solution, and then there are the core capabilities that every application and analytic capability that we build in Cloud for Analytics will be able to take advantage of. So that means, for example, that all of the data connectivity and data modeling, any stories that are created or visualizations that are dreamed up, and collaboration and events that users do with those visualizations, and the security, the authentication, the administration of the system, and auditing and monitoring, all of this plumbing pertains to any of the analytic capabilities that we build in Cloud for Analytics. This is really the heart of the simplification of Cloud for Analytics. It's all of these analytics capabilities from BI to planning today, which are available in Cloud for Analytics, that can all leverage this same underlying technology and plumbing. And then on top of that as well is the SAP Digital Boardroom. So it's the BI capabilities, planning capabilities in Boardroom that are all available today, GA. So if you're looking to purchase actually and subscribe to Cloud for Analytics today, we definitely have people looking forward to talking to you to provision you with accounts to take advantage of those capabilities. And then we're working on predictive and GRC as we move into the next several quarters into next year, as well as vertical apps. So these vertical apps is where we're embedding our Cloud for Analytics using public APIs that we'll be creating into both our brothers and sister applications within SAP, as well as our partners, our VAR partners, our industry partners, our OEM partners, DISTI partners that are looking to take advantage of Cloud for Analytics as well in their applications. So what has the market reception been like? Well, it's actually been quite amazing. I personally, in my 15 years now at SAP, and before that Business Objects and Crystal Decisions, I have not seen a reception actually like I have with SAP Cloud for Analytics. So with all of that being said, well, let's take a look at SAP Cloud for Analytics in a quick demonstration here. So let me come to my browser. Again, SAP Cloud for Analytics, it is all accessed through your browser or mobile device. There is no thick client. It is provided by a hosted cloud environment. It's actually on the HANA Cloud platform, and you subscribe to it as a service. I've logged in here as a user, and as a user, I can either a user or an administrator of an account can pre-create the look and feel that you want that first logon to be. It can be just the general portal of SAP Cloud for Analytics, or it can be a collection of visualizations that are particularly interesting for that user. In this case, I have a collection of visualizations, and any one of these I can maximize to the full screen real estate to really get an idea of what is going on there. And all of these visualizations have interactivity for filtering or for excluding, drilling down if there's a hierarchy, doing top-in, and et cetera, et cetera. And I can shrink these back, and depending upon the rights that I have, I may be able to edit these visualizations, create a new visualizations, or I can change the data that's driving them. But again, it's all driven by the security of the person that manages that account. We also have the ability to have events and alerts. So if I have someone that has started a collaboration or a discussion with me and shared a particular visualization that they want me to look at and do some more analysis on, I can see these in an event pod. I can also do some planning as well as exploration at the same time. Again, based upon the rights that I have and the licenses that are available that I've purchased as a user, I can do a combination of planning and exploration and digital boardroom. And we also have then our integration with both Esri as well as the HANA geospatial capabilities as a part of Cloud for Analytics. And that Esri partnership, that has been taken on by SAP. You don't have to have an Esri account to use the Esri geospatial capabilities that we've made a part of Cloud for Analytics. So in this case, I am the manager of a retail store, and I'm looking at basically some sales revenue, gross margin, revenue by location and category, etc. One of the things I notice here is in this particular visualization that my sales revenue for the states of Ohio and Pennsylvania, they're not looking that great actually. We have actually a 0.61% decrease in Ohio and a 1.51 decrease in Pennsylvania. And so it's actually equivalent to a 24% decrease overall and an 11% for Pennsylvania. So we might want to know, well, what's going on in these areas. Well, with each one of these visualizations, you can specify an additional story that you can drill into to get more information about what's going on for that particular category. And so And these stories, which basically a dashboard, you can have as many tabs on these stories as you want. And so I can look at the summary information, some of these visualizations that give me a little bit different view of the information I'm looking at. So I could grow some visualizations that are kind of particular to gross margin. You can see you have many different types of visualizations, as well as pictures and pictograms and geospatial objects that you can bring in here and really look at that information. So here we come, and again, we're looking at Pennsylvania and Ohio, and now we're looking at some of the gross margin information. We can see with Pennsylvania that the gross margin is actually looking pretty healthy. But with Ohio, things aren't looking that great. So we might want to drill down in Ohio and see specifically, is there some specific county or city in Ohio that is causing problems or not. So we can quickly drill down in here, and again, we can bring this to full screen so we can get this in its full glory. And it looks like the two cities that we're selling our product in, Columbus and Akron, they're actually doing equally poorly. So we may want to maybe create some additional visualizations to get a different look of the data to give us some different perspectives on what's going on. So I have the power as this user now to create a new page in this story. And so let's add a new blank canvas, and we can choose then from the different data sources that we have available to us in our system and then the visualizations that we want to populate with that. So let's just choose a new chart. And here are data sources. These can be coming from today. These can be coming from BW. They can be coming from HANA. They can be coming from S4HANA. They can be coming from Salesforce.com, an Excel spreadsheet, a CSV file, and we are very quickly ramping up on additional data sources that we'll be adding as well. Next week, for example, we're adding HCP itself, the database as a service capability, and HCP as a data store, and we'll be adding things like universes very quickly and other data sources. We'll be looking to add dozens, even hundreds of more data sources to Cloud for Analytics in the weeks and months to come. But for now, let's just look at one of these data sources that I've already created that have been modeled, regardless of what data source they came from originally. And let's look at actually the gross margin percentage by location. So we can just choose our measures and dimensions here and start to get an idea of what this information looks like. We can just click OK on our visualization, and we can see the different types of things that we can do here. In the chart, in the builder screen, we can change the type of visualization that we want this to be, whether it's a column chart or a bar chart or a line chart. If it's a bar chart, we can change it from horizontal to vertical, for example. Let's actually look at this as a line chart. So let's move here to line chart. We can change the colors that are being used as well. We can specify some categories, legends, etc., etc. We can also add more fields that we might not have used previously. So let's add, for example, a discount percentage here. That'll give us a little bit more information. So here, the orange line, we can see that this is our gross margin, and the purple line, I am one of the visualization product managers here, and I am colorblind, so it's important that we realize that it's not just color that we need to use to be able to analyze information. But I think this line is purple. Let's go with purple. And this is showing us the discount percentage. So we can see there's a very clear correlation between discount and gross margin. If the discount is high, gross margin is not so great, and vice versa. So interesting information here. Let's actually look at another view of this information as well, and that is if there's a lot of discounting, it means that maybe we've got too many coupons that are being used. So let's look at another view of this information, and let's do a new chart. And this time, let's choose coupon usage. This is another data set that I have, and I've got just a few dimensions and measures in here. Let's actually blend this data set with the other data set that we had for this visualization. So I'm going to come up here to my link perspectives option, and I can see here that I have my coupon usage data set, and let's choose my other data set, the specific sales data set, and we can see that the Cloud for Analytics is going to guess at what field I should link on, and it's the location field. So let's go ahead and click OK. And now we can see if I click on this linked dimension, I have the measures and dimensions coming from both data sets. Okay? So let's look at location as well as the number of used coupons to see if that has an indication of, it gives us an indication of what may be going on for that gross margin and discount percentage. So here we can see that actually New York has a larger number of coupons than Ohio and Pennsylvania, but we know that there's a challenge with Ohio. So maybe there are different types of coupons that we're using that are really giving us this problem in Ohio. This is a little bit tough to see, so let's do a little rearranging of this visualization. Let's look at this by, let's just swap these dimensions, location and coupon type. Now this is more interesting. So it looks like in Ohio, so we have different types of coupons, 5, 20, 40, 60% off, etc. In Ohio, there seems to be quite a large number of coupons that are being used that are higher up the scale of large percentages off, so 1261. Maybe let's do some exploration on this and get a better idea of what's going on in an Explorer type of view. So many of you are familiar with Explorer, the exploration capabilities with facet views in Lemira. We're doing the same type of thing in Cloud for Analytics as well. So I come into my exploration view, and now I have my facets here at the top, and whatever facets and the measures that I choose in here, Cloud for Analytics will start to create the visualizations below, either starting with just a point value, or if I start to then filter and select on the dimensions, it will start to break out and create automatically the visualizations that might be interesting. So I can choose my dimensions. I can filter on specific dimensions as well. So let's focus on 2015, for example. So Ohio really starts to be coming out here and showing us its colors in terms of the amount of coupons that are being used. Let's also look at some of the more extreme discounts that are being used and see if Ohio is particularly culpable in this area as well. And indeed, we see that it is. Ohio is way out there in terms of these dramatic percentages off on the discounting that we're using. So we really need to take a closer look at this. And let me actually add this to my story as well, and so we can see that, make that more available. And let's add one more thing here. Let's add a geospatial map. And let's make this off of another data set, and let's kind of grow the size of this. So I just want to show you quickly some of the geospatial capabilities that we're able to add in a particular story. So let's add a layer here. Because I chose this particular data set, it is geospatial enabled. And so if I choose location, is that geospatially aware dimension, we can already see it starts to grow or provide the values on the map. Let's maximize this and let's add a few things to it. Let's say we want these bubbles to be colored by quantity, and we also want to add a few steps to this as well. So let's add three steps. So the colors of these bubbles will fall into these three different buckets. And let's also specify the size of these bubbles. Let's do sales value. So the size of the bubbles will represent sales value. Let's maybe grow this a little bit so we can see it a little bit better. And let's kind of shrink some of these bubbles a little bit as well so we can get a better idea. Now that we have this, we can also lasso. We can do things like lassoing information. I'd be interested in what's near me, actually. Let's focus on that. And then we can also specify some specific pop-up details on these as well. So if I want to add some dimensions and measures to my pop-up details, let's add quantity, sales value, and the actual product. And so if I actually click on one of these, it will give me now a full kind of view of actually what's specific to that. What's near me here in Vancouver? Kroger. Interesting. Okay. So this is the type of thing that you can do with creating these stories, and then based upon this, you can also then share this information that you have. So you can start a discussion with your colleagues about what you're seeing in the information that you have. And so I can open a discussion. I can choose the participants that I want in that discussion. Let's say Nora and Zara. Let's add them to a discussion, and it will share the story or the particular visualization that we're doing a discussion on, and now I can start that discussion, and it will show up as an alert for them in that event and alerting module. So this is some of the business intelligence and exploration. Now, what can we do to change some of this information? What can we do to take some action and start to rectify some of the challenges that we're seeing with this? Well, this is where we can start to go into the planning capabilities. So let's come to our reporting screen, and I'm not going to save the story that I created. I'm just going to leave this page, and I'm going to choose the Pacifica Sales model, a report. And here now we can see that we come into what is very familiar to people that are used to a planning environment, which is a kind of a spreadsheet view of this information. And so we see we have kind of some metadata about this particular report, as well as then the data itself. And so this metadata shows us, for example, the version of this information we're looking at. So what is actual and what is forecast. But I want to add some more information as well. I want to see as well what type of attribute and who is the user that is doing this work in this report. So we can see that both of these models are public, and that the user, Leah Gibson, is the one that is using it. So now, because I'm going to be now writing back to this environment, I want to do this on a private copy of this information. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to create a copy of this forecast, because I want to do some planning. I want to kind of then do some changes of these numbers to see what's actually going on. So let's go ahead and make a copy of this forecast, and I'm going to just give it a quick name. And so now it's going to create a new column, and it's going to show me what version this is. And then another thing that I might want to do, again, the information that I'm focused on is 2015, and it's really Ohio, which is the state that seems to be having these problems. So let's filter down a bit on the actual information that we wanted to focus on here. So number one, let's just focus on 2015. So let's focus on that number. And then let's also focus on just Ohio. Now, because the Cloud for Analytics is inherently multidimensional aware. So you'll see here that we're very friendly and very comfortable with hierarchies. And so let's just choose Ohio and its children, Columbus and Akron. And so now we can focus on what are the numbers that we're seeing specifically for 2015 in Ohio. And now this is where things get cool in planning, and that is that you can actually change numbers. And so you can, for example, for the gross margin, you can see, I can just type in a whole number here, so I could put in, let's say, 2 million. And that will show me how that would change my gross margin percentage. I could also just type in a percentage. So if I wanted to know if I wanted to have a gross margin that was 20% greater than what it is now, what would that do to my gross margin percentage? So I can do things by percentage as well. So, and then now that I have this forecast, I could go out and publish this to my colleagues. So I could say, you know what, I want to publish this forecast and make it available to others to do some additional research and see if that makes sense or not. At this point, I'd like to come back to the presentation briefly and just quickly cover what we're planning on adding to Cloud for Analytics over the next several weeks and months. I mean, some of these things are happening next week even. We're releasing updates to Cloud for Analytics every 2 weeks. Because this is cloud and you're subscribing to it as a service, we handle all the heavy lifting of doing the updating and administering of these systems. So you will just get new features that kind of magically appear in your account when you're using SAP Cloud for Analytics. And so some of the things that we're going to be bringing into Cloud for Analytics include enhanced data connectivity. So connecting to, again, universes, for example, adding big data sources, adding data sources from our other SAP applications like Concur and SuccessFactors and Ariba, Hybris, HCP. We'll continue to build upon our location analytics capabilities. We're only using a fraction of the geospatial opportunities that we have within HANA as well as Esri, so we'll really be building that out more as well. We're working on some integration with Google Apps, including Google Sheets as a data source. So those of you that are starting to adopt cloud office productivity capabilities, we're working on that as well. Adding additional capabilities within planning, so going beyond the spreading and allocations that are core traditional parts of planning, you'll also see the ability for packaged applications and calculation and workflow updates. And then as we go further into the weeks and the quarters that come out, you'll see additional predictive analytics coming in, so explanatory analytics and model-based what-if scenarios, and the ability to have interoperability with other cloud for analytics additions like planning and like BI as well. So the last piece is that we have a full a roadmap for Cloud for Analytics that you can access on the Service Marketplace. We have some learning tutorials on YouTube, and then we have the user guides and release notes and an FAQ all on our help site for our analytics as well. And we're working hard on having an SCN space, which is coming soon.
A question from Boaz. How do you load data from an internal database to Cloud for Analytics?
Yep, great question. So there are several options. First, if you have an HCP account already, if you're an HCP customer, there are multiple ways that you can get data into HCP via data services, via SLT, and then with next week's update to Cloud for Analytics, we'll be able to connect to HCP's database as a service, as a data source into Cloud for Analytics. We are working on the ability to connect to on-premise data with Cloud for Analytics in upcoming releases. And so that first will likely be via a universe, so connecting to your on-premise BI platform universe connectivity, and as well as connecting to HANA on-premise. So if you have data coming, you can have your data going into HANA today on-premise. We can also connect to HANA. Beyond that, we'll continue to add additional on-premise relational data sources that we want to be able to connect to directly as well, without having to go through either a universe or HANA.
Question from Pratul Chandra. What are the data access, load, and connect options available today from where we can get level L2, L3 details?
Yeah, so level 2 and level 3 details are available. If you reach out to your account executive, we can have our sales consulting or our COE folks do presentations and demonstrations with you for those deeper L2 and L3 details.
Okay. Question from Ido. When is Cloud for Analytics an alternative for SuccessFactors Workforce Analytics?
That's a great question. As some of you may know, SuccessFactors has a really great and robust analytics solution called Workforce Analytics. And so Workforce Analytics is it's really the recommended analytics solution where SuccessFactors is your primary data source and application. Where you're looking to have a combination of SuccessFactors and other data sources, whether that's financial data, operational data, marketing data, whatever, this is where Cloud for Analytics starts to become a scenario that you'd want to look at. And so we're working right now to connect to the SuccessFactors data sources through their OData and RESTful web services APIs.
Question from Pratul again. Will the new capabilities get rolled out be also applicable to private tenants too?
Yes, it would. There's another kind of question or comment in there that deserves a little bit of explanation. So all of SAP Cloud for Analytics is only available as a subscription service. Now there are two options for that subscription service. It can either be public cloud or private cloud. So public cloud, this is the option that we're really promoting and that we want our customers and the world to take advantage of, because it makes it easier for all of us to take advantage of the capabilities that are available at the same time. Now there is an option for private cloud, which means it's still SAP that is hosting this environment, but it essentially for an additional fee, it's more expensive for us, so we make it more expensive for you. We charge more. You can have your own private instance of SAP Cloud for Analytics. And yes, our plan is to update both our public instance and private instances at roughly the same time, like within a week of each other. It's within several days of each other. We update all environments, both our public cloud environment and whatever private instances customers may have decided to purchase.
Next question from Amit. Can we include custom data sources for our data that we collect from our sensor networks?
Yeah, there's no real limit to the type of data that you can put that you can use with Cloud for Analytics. You're basically whatever data you can get into HANA or BW or HCP today, you can leverage that data with Cloud for Analytics, and that includes sensor data and streaming data as well. So you can have data streaming into HANA, and then you can have Cloud for Analytics working off of those views in HANA that streaming data is going into.
The question from Pratul, what about SAP applications in a non-HANA scenario?
So in cases where those SAP applications are just being connected to as a data source, it doesn't matter where those applications are built. They could be built on HANA, they could be built on you name the platform, and we would connect to the data for those applications. If an application, if they want integration into that application from more of a UX perspective, this is what we're going to be making available, that we plan to make available next quarter when we start to build our public APIs. So this is like an example that we've been working on with Google, where we've been embedding Cloud for Analytics capabilities within Google Apps, in Google Docs to be specific. So when we start creating our public APIs, that will be an opportunity that our partners will be able to take advantage of.
Also for non-HANA databases, SAP applications for non-HANA databases, BW is your friend. If you can get data from your non-HANA SAP applications into BW, then you can use BW query to easily get data into Cloud for Analytics.
Yeah, and I would say even more important than BW, any relational data store, right? So if you can connect to a data source with the universe, or if it's just a relational database, Oracle SQL Server, DB2, or an OData connection, we will be adding those data connections as opportunities. So BW is great for SAP applications, that many of them that are on BW, but this is obviously equally important for non-SAP applications as well and data sources.
Another user, Peter, asked about is connectivity to BW on-premise on the roadmap?
It's not only on the roadmap, it's actually available today. So BW is one of the on-premise sources that we can connect to today. Now, what deserves a little bit of commentary here is we are working on a connectivity called basically online connectivity for on-premise data sources, where we don't have to acquire the data, we're just reading the data. So this is something that we're working on for HCP as the DBAS, so Database as a Service, for BW, for HANA, and for S4HANA. In all those cases, we're working on the ability to connect to those data sources and leave the data on-premise in that environment and not acquire the data into Cloud for Analytics. So basically just reading that data. Now there will be some trade-offs with that. So for example, if you leave the data in that source system, you won't have the same degrees of blending and data wrangling that you have if the data is acquired into Cloud for Analytics. But there are some customers and some industries where they have very strict rules and regulations for their data that cannot leave their firewall. And so this is something that we're working on right now. And the first database option that will be able to take advantage of this is the HCP Database as a Service, which we again are expecting to release next quarter in a trial or a testing environment, and then we plan to make that a production-ready service by the end of this quarter.
Question again from Ido. Cloud for Analytics does not require any Lumira.
Correct. You do not need Lumira to use SAP Cloud for Analytics. They are distinct code lines and solutions. Lumira is focused on our on-premise environments and customers that want to continue with on-premise capabilities and the BI suite. And Cloud for Analytics is for those customers that want to either move to or newly adopt a public cloud solution. What we are working on is the ability for those customers that want to have both on-premise and cloud, and there are those types of customers. We are enabling the ability for you to push the data from your Lumira document in Lumira Desktop. You can push that data set to Cloud for Analytics, where then you can continue to play with that data and create visualizations for it within Cloud for Analytics.
What if Cloud for Analytics is not best suited as compared to the current Business Objects Suite?
Okay, yeah, that's a fair question. So if you're looking for the full enterprise BI or capabilities that exist in the BI suite, you should continue using that BI suite. We are continuing to innovate and develop the BI suite and Lumira and Webby and Design Studio as a part of that. In fact, we're just releasing BI 4.2 right now. It's going into ramp up right now. There are lots of new capabilities that are coming in there. And so if you need the full enterprise BI capabilities of highly formatted reporting, professionally authored dashboards and applications, as well as agile visualization and data discovery, you should be using the BI suite. If you are looking for, if you really only need to focus on data discovery and visualization for your BI capabilities, but you also want to have the option of taking advantage of planning and analysis and taking advantage of our digital boardroom capabilities, which is a new touchscreen experience with a three-screen layout and format. And you want to be in the cloud, then that's when you would want to start looking at Cloud for Analytics.
This is Merlin here. Besides having Cloud for Analytics, we also have other abilities, like if you want to leverage cloud but still, for whatever reasons, need to stay with your existing BI platform, we can take your BI platform back into the cloud as well. Today, already on HANA Enterprise Cloud, and upcoming next year, we also plan to roll it out on HCP as well.
Can we integrate social media streams direct to Cloud for Analytics without storing any data in any data source?
You can't do that yet. But again, this is one of the many types of data sources that we're looking to connect to as we continue to build out the data source options for Cloud for Analytics. That being said, when you other than the four data sources that I mentioned where we're working on an online connectivity, in all cases other than that, at this point, you will be consuming the data or acquiring the data into Cloud for Analytics. And that data will be stored in the underlying database of HCP that is the platform for Cloud for Analytics.
Question from Boaz. Are the same apps that are on Cloud for Analytics available on the BI platform?
They are not, no. We're continuing to build on and innovate on the on-premise BI platform applications of Design Studio, Web Intelligence, Lumira, etc., and we'll continue to add new capabilities and features for those. And there will be cases where a feature that comes into our on-premise applications will want to have in Cloud for Analytics, and the teams will collaborate to bring in that capability in Cloud for Analytics, and vice versa. There will be times when we bring a feature or a capability into Cloud for Analytics, and our colleagues with the BI Suite and Lumira and Design Studio will realize, yeah, it's pretty cool that we want to bring that onto on-premise as well, and the teams will collaborate and share information to make that happen on-premise. But it is not, we're not working to have features automatically that come in one or the other available in the opposite side.
Okay, thank you. And a question from Lon, which may be similar, may be different. Can we pull existing on-premise business object content through to the cloud?
Yeah, you can bring existing on-premise data sources. You can connect to those existing on-premise data sources and metadata objects, as in BW queries and HANA views today, and in the near future universes, you'll be able to bring the data that is provided through those metadata models into Cloud for Analytics. And also, I need to mention your existing on-premise VPC models as well.
Question from Jorge. As I have read, Lumira Cloud will be replaced by Cloud for Analytics in Q3 2016. So what will happen to the dashboards and analytics developed in Lumira Cloud? Will they need to be redone again in Cloud for Analytics?
Yes, they would. They would need to be redone again in SAP Cloud for Analytics. We're working with our customers that are paying customers for Lumira Cloud today, and they all have already been provisioned with SAP Cloud for Analytics accounts, and we're really actually having a great time working with them in Cloud for Analytics. We're finding it really fun, actually. And then we also have quite a few free users and accounts of Lumira Cloud. And so again, you can continue using that until September 30, 2016. We have also we've enabled an SAP BI Suite platform in the cloud available for kind of demonstration purposes. And if you reach out to your account manager, they can provision you with an account on that system to publish your Lumira documents to see how they would look like in a cloud scenario. But for anyone that wants to do data discovery in the cloud, you definitely want to move to SAP Cloud for Analytics.
Question from Charlie. Will Cloud for Planning be replaced by Cloud for Analytics?
Cloud for Planning is a part of Cloud for Analytics.
Okay.
Cloud for Planning is one of the additions in Cloud for Analytics.